family, and welcome back to another monthly reset. This is actually going to be the monthly reset right before 2025, so I am super excited. We're going to be covering a lot in this video. Of course, our basic weekly maintenance, but we're also going to be wrapping presents. It's Monday when I'm recording this, so we're going to be wrapping presents, opening presents on Christmas. I'm going to be doing some decluttering. I'm always getting rid of stuff, but I really like to get rid of stuff before the new year comes in. We're probably going to be doing a little post-Christmas shopping because y'all know the sales after Christmas hit the best. I promise I'm cleaning my car during this video. So if y'all don't see my car clean by the end of this video, just let me have it in the comments because we're not going into 2025 without vacuuming my car. As you can see, I'm wearing some color. That's going to be something new I'm going to be doing for 2025 because y'all know usually I'm always in like black, gray, or tan. So we're going to switch it up a little bit. What else? Also, my little brother, my youngest baby brother, he got me a planner for my birthday, and it is so cute. And it's so funny because I've actually been wanting to go, I'm not going completely traditional with my planning. I like to do like a hybrid of like traditional and digital planning. So I'll show you my new planning routine that I'm going to be doing in 2025, but I'll start it this week. Also, oh yeah, my birthday was on Sunday. I had a very peaceful birthday. My best friend took me to the spa to get a facial, so my skin is feeling very glowy. And then yesterday I went out to dinner with my family. And when I got home, I always like to record like a voice note for myself that just talks about like how my year went and then where I want to see myself next year. So I was listening to last year's I was listening to last year's voice recording, and then I was looking through like all of the photos from that year because that's also something that I do. I literally have like a note section in my folder called birthday diary, and it'll say like year 27 or this was year 28 for me, and I'll have the voice note, and then I have all of the photos from the highlights of this year. And when I was looking back, I was like, God, this was such a good year. And I think sometimes we can get so focused on like what we don't see yet or where we aren't yet. But like if you look back, like you can just see just the faithfulness of God. And so this has been an absolutely beautiful year. We'll cover more during like the weekly recap. But yeah, look out for all of the things. I'm going to be showing you what I'm reading. We're going to be cleaning, planning, all of the things. So let's get our lives together. You hear the crack of my voice. Also, I'm not sick anymore. Praise the Lord. My voices actually came back. I didn't record for like 2 weeks because I was feeling better after the first week, but I felt like God just wanted me to chill and reset. So yeah. Anyway, let's go get our lives together and prepare for the new year. Okay, so this is my 2025 planner. My baby brother got it for me, and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to be using this in combination with digital planning in my Notion template, but it's so cute. It says today is full of possibilities. We love a good pocket folder. I try not to stuff too much stuff in here, but sometimes I have notes that I just want to keep. But it is, I think the size is about 8.5 by 11, maybe a little bigger. I usually buy smaller planners, but because I don't really go a lot of places, I would like to keep this one on my desk. But it starts off with a goal tracker, which I actually really like because I think sometimes I lose sight of my goals throughout the year because sometimes when things are just digital, you don't check them as much. So this has a space for you to like track all of your progress throughout the different days and then throughout the month. So I really like this particular layout, and of course that happens for all year. Then it has a budget tracker, which I probably will not use only because I do like I use Monarch to track all of my financial things, and it's just easier because it manages all the transactions. But I love this page. Of course, it's a multi-year spread. I'm always looking for the current dates and whatnot. Sometimes I used to just like take this particular page and cut it out and then put it on my wall, but I may just buy like a whole planner for that. I mean, not a planner, but a whole thing. Then of course it has the holidays on there, which is really good for marketing purposes when you're creating content, especially if it's like holiday specific. And then of course a little notes section, which I really like. And okay, so let's go ahead and get into what the spreads look like. So let me go to the end. Okay, so this would be a new month. So it would start off with a monthly spread, which is really huge. Now, I don't track like major events or appointments when I use a traditional planner. What I like to do is I like to record like wins and milestones and events in my planner, and that way, like, at the end of the year, I can go back and see all the great things that happened for that year. And this is because, like I said, I mainly rely on like my calendar for appointments and reminders, but I think this has been such a great method that I did in like 2022, so I'm gonna pick that back up. So at the end of the year, we'll do a nice review of everything that happened this year, and it's a good way for me to practice gratitude, because sometimes I only wait until, like, big things happen. But this is the weekly, what is this, like the weekly spread? Yeah. So it has huge amounts of space for you to write everything. Now I'm going to be using this in place of like my my little to-do pad here, because it gives me like a lot of rough space to write everything out, and then I'll be transferring the major tasks and things to do on my Notion. The only thing with my Notion is, like I said, because I have a pretty fixed routine, it's rare that I have things that take me off my routine. I don't need to check my to-do list every day. So having this here helps me to write down like the smaller things. Like, as you can see, like, I've been writing a little bit more of a detailed list, because sometimes if I'm feeling distracted, like, I'll forget to do simple things. So you can see everything from my morning prayer walk to my morning quiet time, recording videos, taking thumbnails. Sometimes I write notes down here, things like that. So that's what I'll be using this for, is to just kind of get my, my day-to-day to do, and then like my weekly planning, I'll kind of use this space for. I do wish it had lines, because I'm a real like stickler for lines and not a lot of free space, but that's okay. And then it has this little area here. I'm not sure what I'm going to use this yet for, but maybe like pending projects. But yeah, that's the spreads. I think it looks really nice. I'm excited. Of course, I'm going to use it. Came from my baby brother, and I'm excited to have a combination of both digital and traditional planning. So I'm getting ready to redesign my Notion template, so I will show you guys what it looks like. And I believe he got this from TJ Maxx or Marshall. So it does match the theme of my Bible and my notebook, and this is like my Time with God notebook. So I will be getting another one of these for January, because this one's almost done. But that is my new planner. I absolutely love it. It's so pretty. Okay, this is my old Notion template before I rebrand it. This is the same one that you can get the template of. Super simple, but has literally everything that you need. And then I'm going to show you what it looks like when I finish rebranding it. Okay, so this is my new Mental Garden template. I went for a more clean black theme. As you guys can see on the previous clips, I was going to go for a burgundy theme, but I just couldn't seem to get the pictures right. Now, I'm not finished, but I just wanted to show you where I am now. I did update the header, and then updated like the scripture that I use, and then I now have a section for the Garden Cafe, which is where I take all of my notes for the books that I'm reading. And so right now I have plenty more books that I've read that I need to go back and add in notes that I used to take on my notes app. But as you can see, like I'll write the status. And then I did finish this book, so let me update that while I'm here. But yeah, all the books that I've read are going to be here, and then the scores. And then as you can see, like as I go and read books, especially like faith-based books, I go in and I have all of my notes in one section. So that's something new that I added to my template. The other thing that I'm going to add is I'm going to see if I can update this particular daily task section because like I said, a lot of my routines have been the same. And I use this to manage my clients, manage my sponsorships, and things like that. So I'm going to figure out how I want to reorganize this particular section. Instead of doing daily tasks, I may just do like a project timeline so that I can see how I'm tracking with different projects that I do. But those are going to be some of the changes that I make. I also really want to work on the recipe book. So in the Mental Garden template that's available for purchase, that's modeled after my other one, I have a recipe book in here under the personal, and I meal prep every single week, so I have a bunch of different recipes that I like. These ones are like preloaded, but I want to go in and add all of my recipes so that way when I start going grocery shopping, I can go in and have like all of my ingredients and things like listed there, and then stuff I find on like TikTok and Pinterest. So I'll update you guys as I continue to finish these templates. But yeah, I really like it so far, and I did order a new iPad case that's like this textured white case, so I think it's going to be really, really pretty, and I'm excited to update you guys on what it looks like. And I did keep the habit tracking thing there because that's something that I want to continue to do. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. Okay, so I just came out of TJ Maxx and I returned the gift. I didn't find anything that I was looking for, and I think I might just wait until after Christmas because I really need some new activewear. This blue two-piece set that I got is from Shein, and it's so soft. I do wish it was a little bit thicker for like the winter time, but honestly, this is going to be great through every season. So I might just take that money from the gift and order this in like literally every color because it's so comfy. If not, I was thinking about also getting a massage. That's something that I wanted to do, but I'm not really sure. So more than likely, I'm probably just going to order this stuff from like this set in like burgundy, this pretty sage green. And then I wanted to order some t-shirts from Uniqlo because they are 100% cotton. They're super like heavyweight. The only Uniqlo that's closest to me is the Tyson's Corner one, and that's still like a bop away. And by bop, I mean like it's far. That's like Baltimore for it. It's far away. Some of y'all say y'all can hear my accent here, but I think because I live here, I don't feel like I have an accent. And plus, there's a difference between like the county accent versus the city accent, so I don't feel like I have one. But some of my friends be like, oh, like you have an accent. But anyway, long story short, I'm about to go into Wegmans now. I didn't feel like grocery shopping last week, but I wind up doing just a little bit of it anyway. So I need to go in and get some chicken breasts and some like Chipotle. I think it's marinade. I was watching this video on either YouTube Shorts, this guy named Tasty Shreds. So I'm making a recipe from there, so I need to go get that. And then once I finish there, we're going to go return these library books that I've had literally for forever. And then I'm going to pick up my last library book, which is called Eat to Live, because I'm going to, I've been asking the Lord to help me to transition into healthier eating. So I'm going to get that. And then I need to order another like fiction book. I'm going to read some of the recommendations that you guys gave. So I have to order those on Amazon. So I might just do that. But yeah, once I finish out of Wegmans, it'll be time to wrap presents. And I'm so excited. It's going to be such a good Christmas, such a cozy Christmas. I just love spending time with my family. So yeah, let's go inside of Wegmans and then we'll go to the library. Good morning and Merry Christmas! It's Wednesday, Christmas morning. We are up bright and early, literally because my youngest brother can't sleep. This is the first year, I think in a couple years, maybe 4 or 5 years, that we've actually done gifts for everybody. We usually only do gifts for my youngest brother or my youngest sister, but now everybody has something under the tree. We wrapped all the presents yesterday. I'm just so excited. So everybody's getting ready right now. I'm getting ready to go put the Christmas presents downstairs under the tree. I literally had to keep them locked up in my room because my brothers will go and shake all the presents and they will figure out what they have. So in order to keep all of that, I had to hold them hostage in my room. And we're doing this really funny thing. Every year back in the day when we were younger, my dad, he used to give us this fake present. It was something old of ours that was wrapped up, and we would open it up when we were younger, and we would get so mad because he would try to make us think that that's all we got for Christmas. It would be an old doll or something wrapped up in an old box, and we used to get so mad. So this year we're finally gonna get him back, and we actually wrapped up an old pair of his shoes that he thinks is his present. And it's gonna be so funny when he opens it because we're gonna get to prank him with that. Girl, I'm recording. No. But yeah, this year we actually got him a new pair of shoes, but we're gonna wrap up an old pair of his shoes and he's gonna open that and think that's his presents. So it's finally, the tables have turned, we're able to get him back. My youngest brother, he got a PS5, so he's really excited because he's never had a game system before, mostly because my mom was trying to keep him focused. Y'all know how kids be, that's all they wanna do is play all day. But anyway, I will see you guys, I'm gonna show you guys all the gifts, and then I'll try to get some footage of when we're opening, depending on how everybody look, because we won't be getting ready on Christmas morning, we just be getting right to it, you know? But anyway, then we got cookie decorating. We're gonna decorate little cookies. They're I think they're ugly sweaters or whatever, but I'm so excited. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Bye. So these are all the presents that are wrapped up. We aren't the best wrappers, but I wrapped some of them that look a little bit nicer. No shade to my mom. But yeah, I wrapped these up, and then this is the fake present that we're giving to my dad. But his real present is right here. But I'm so excited. They look so cute. Let's take everything downstairs. Good morning, y'all, and happy Thursday. I lied, it's not morning, it's 1:30. But hey, I'm super excited for today. Today is the day where, did y'all see me try to reach and I couldn't find the side of my dresser? Embarrassing. Anyway, today is the day we're going to be getting a lot of our reset life together. We're going to be praying for the new year. My goal for today is to, of course, do my weekly planning, but I need to finish up my yearly planning, specifically for Q1. I'm going to redesign my Notion template. Now, listen, y'all know I love my Notion template. However, there have been some changes that I'm going to be making for myself personally. One of those things is going to be a hybrid of traditional planning and digital planning. So I'm going to show you how I'm going to be utilizing my Notion moving forward. But yeah, we're gonna be doing that today. We're not gonna be grocery shopping today because I already have some food left over and I'm trying to figure out what I want to eat. But yeah, I think we're pretty much clean. I need to go clean the fridge though. I do need to do that, and I'm about to get a trim on my hair in the back. I realized that the blunt bob is really not for me because I don't like when my hair gets really long in the back and it starts to touch the back of my neck. So I want more of a angled bob, not a real sharp angled bob, but I like a big fluffy bob. And my hair right now, you can see it's when it's straight, it's just, it's not giving, y'all. I also need to do an everything shower routine. Y'all know for the new year, you just want to be all freshly shaved, and whatnot. So yeah, we're gonna be getting our life together and I'm so excited. But once I do that, I'm about to go eat lunch. I made chicken fajitas for lunch, and then when I come back, we'll do the yearly recap. I really want to do this for my own memory so I can remember how the year went, but also just to show you my process of how I document the year. And whatnot. So let me go eat and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so I just finished eating lunch. My chicken fajitas were really good. I ate about 2 of them. I'm trying to be better with my portion size. So I'll talk a little bit later about how I'm tracking my food and just trying to be healthier overall. But I wanted to show you guys what I got for Christmas before I go into my yearly recap. But I got 2 new fragrances. One of them is the Valentino Donna Born in Roma Intense version. It smells so good. After like hours and hours and hours of researching all over YouTube, I finally settled on this one. And I went to Sephora and smelled them myself, but this is what the bottle looks like. This is the 1.7 ounce, which I think is a lot of perfume, honestly. Like, it's a pretty decent sized bottle. And then we got it for like 15% off on the, I think it was either Nordstrom's website. Yeah, but anyway, the notes for this one are bourbon, vanilla, and amber. The middle note is jasmine, and the base note is benzoin. Benzoin? I think that's how you pronounce it. I don't know. But it just smells so good. It's like, it feels like sophisticated. It feels still kind of like that sweet and like vanilla scent, but I don't know, it just smells so good, and it lasts like forever. Like when I first sprayed it on myself, I went to the mall at like 12 and it was still like smelling strong and really delicious by like 9 o'clock. So I ain't no perfume connoisseur, but it smells so good. I got the K Ali Sparkling Lychee. Oh, it's so bright. I got the K Ali Sparkling Lychee. The bottle is white, so it's a lot, but the notes for this are black currant, sparkling lychee, rose damascena, candied violet, sugar amber, and sandalwood. Oh my god, first of all, the packaging is just absolutely beautiful. When I smelled this in the store, I smelled all of them, and the only ones that I really liked out of this particular brand was the fluffy marshmallow one, and then this one. This one smells so good. The bottle is so pretty. I would literally buy this one. I didn't really like the vanilla one by her. It was okay. I did like the pistachio one, but this one smells so, but this one smells so freaking good. So y'all be smelling good. I'm excited. This is the 3.7 ounce. So this is the large bottle, and we got it from Sephora for 20% off. So like it was only $111 for this big bottle. And then that one, the Valentino one, was like $120 for that size. Anyway, it was so worth it. These are gonna last forever. I'm so excited to be having them in my collection. I'm gonna build my little girly girl collection, and I'm gonna order a what's those old things called? The little perfume trays with the mirror on the bottom, so I can build up my stuff up. So I'm excited. If you have perfume recommendations that are along the lines of those type of scents, let me know in the comments, because I want to be a perfume girly. You know, we're getting into our 30s. I mean, some of y'all might have already been on, but like I said, I was just always using my mom's stuff. But anyway, that is what I got for Christmas. Let's go ahead and get into this yearly recap, y'all, because until I really sat down and like took time to really look over my year, I was kind of like, oh, like I wish I had done this, I wish I had done that. But I was like, girl, calm down, because this was an amazing year. So just a quick summary of all of the highs of this year. Obviously, like the biggest high was, for me, the biggest high was God paying off my car this year. When I tell y'all, I just knew that I bought my car brand new, and I usually wouldn't do that, but I'm a type of person, I'm not like I didn't want to lease it. I didn't want to like turn in my car every year. Like I wanted a car that I liked, that was great on gas, that looked nice on the outside, that was going to last me for a very long time. So I did go ahead and buy my car brand new back in 2020. I got an amazing interest rate. My interest rate was like 3.9%, and it was like a 5-year loan, and I was working like really hard till they paid off. But then like through all the job transitions and things like that, I was like, oh, like I don't know how I'm going to pay this off in the timing that I wanted. But this year, God literally blessed me so much, and I'm so grateful, because he literally paid off my car in like 1.5 months, like with the sum of money that I was able to make. And it was over, like I had a balance of like 10 grand. Like, so when I tell you God does exceedingly above all you can even ask or think, he does exceedingly above. So I'm so grateful. That was like one of the biggest high. I also went to Puerto Rico this year with my best friend, so that was a blessing, because I was trying to go back and forth between whether or not I wanted to just take that money that I was going to go on vacation with and pay off my car, or just pay off my car. And so I felt like, again, God wanted me to go on this vacation. He made the way, and so I was able to go to Puerto Rico and pay off my car in the same year. So that was a blessing. Then we hit 100K this year, and we're literally just like continuing to climb. And like I said, we're not going to spend too much time on that, because I have just ranted and raved about just how grateful I am for what God is doing in my life. And it's a reminder of the prayer that I prayed like 2 years ago. I prayed to God. I was like, God, I want to work for you full time. Like, I want to work for you full time. I want to do what you want me to do. And you know, it's been such a journey, but I'm so grateful because I can finally say like I'm waking up and I really am like I'm in the complete will of God. I actually love what I do. It doesn't burn me out. I'm not exhausted. I'm walking in, you know, God's will for my life. And it's just such a blessing that God, He will like give you desires that you didn't even know you had. Like this was never on like my radar of stuff I wanted to do. But God just, He knows us so much better than we know ourselves. So that was a great time this year. I feel like I really also got my systems down. Like this was probably one of the, I feel like most of my years have been productive, but this year I feel like I saw productivity in my business. Before I was seeing productivity for everyone else. Like I was showing up in my job, I was showing up in like my family and my ministry, but I hadn't really seen the level of like fruit that I wanted to see in my business itself. And so since transitioning out of like graphic design and web design into coaching, and even like YouTube coaching in that way, like I've seen such a significant amount of fruit. And I'm just so grateful that I made the shift because I was so afraid to like shift out of that industry because that industry was all I knew. And so God was calling me into something that I didn't have a lot of like written experience in. But like how many of you know, like when God calls you to switch an industry, like just follow Him because He will equip you with everything that you need. So that has been a blessing. I also got to see a lot of concerts this year. So I saw Emma Nissen, who was fire, fire, fire. If she comes back near me in this area, I'm definitely going to go see her. I went to go see a concert with my sister. And then I saw Madison Ryan Ward again. So that was really nice. What else happened? I just did a lot of fun activities. I feel like I really pushed myself. I was adventurous. I went horseback riding. I went cave. I went on a cave tour. I went cliff diving. Like, I feel like stuff that I wouldn't usually do before, I really did this year and I'm proud. What else did we do? I'm looking at my iPad because I have like a folder in here that just recaps like all the great events from this year. I went to the Bible Museum. That was super fun. I got to see Stephanie Ike. That was amazing. Like, I feel like seeing her was just so nice because when you get to see somebody who's really impacted your life, like your relationship with God specifically, like it feels like a full circle moment. And I was just so grateful to just be in the room and also get exposed to like other people who were ministering. And like I like being exposed to different people I didn't know before. So seeing her and going to New York and being there also allowed me to experience, I forgot the other people's name, but there were two, it was like a married couple that like really helped to change my perspective about relationships. So I was really excited to see them. Also, I finally grew my hair out. I got it cut like I wanted. I did do better with my health journey. I feel like I showed myself that I could be consistent. Even though I didn't complete the 75 hard challenge, I feel like my capacity for discipline increased. So I talked about that a lot and I was super grateful. But I think the biggest thing is like just staying in God's will, doing the hard things, making the hard decisions this year. Like there was a lot of grieving, but there was also so much like celebration in this year. So I'm really grateful for that. I feel like I surrendered the area of like relationships and friendships to the Lord. And I feel like God really highlighted like the genuine people in my life and helped me to focus on just the fruit, he helped me to tend to the friendships that I already had. And it was just so nice when you see people who are just consistent in your life over a long period of time through every transition that you've been through. And so I really grew in even more appreciation for the people that are in my life. And same thing with my family. Like I have really treasured every single moment with my family. This is the last time we're all going to be living in this house together, all of my siblings included. So instead of like just trying to rush to get to a different point that I thought would make me happier, I really just like embraced like being just with my family. Like Christmas was absolutely amazing. Everybody was so happy. There was such a level of joy and like the time that we were able to spend together. Like you can't get those moments back. And so I feel like that's something that I learned is to just really be present in my family relationships and in my friendships. And I feel really good about that. Like leaving this year, I feel really good about how present I was with the people that I love. So those were the highs. The lows for this year, and I did write this down. I think the biggest thing was like my eating, I would say was the biggest low. I feel like I've struggled with either like binge eating or under eating for a long time. And so I think I was really made aware of that this year about like the changes that I need to make. And I think the hardest part is like the battle between cutting a lot of things out or like allowing yourself to like finding the balance to indulge. And I've tried times where I've tried to find the balance of keeping certain foods in my diet and still like being able to meet my goals and just feel better overall. But I've just learned that sometimes you just need to like cut things out, because once you give yourself a taste for those things, like it opens up this appetite that for me is kind of hard to control. So going into like the new year, I'm going to be very intentional about continuing with food tracking. I did switch from like just keeping a food diary in my notes to using MyFitnessPal, and I got the premium version because that version allows you like scan barcodes, scan your meals instead of trying to figure out every little detail. Like you can even tell the app what you ate like audibly, and it will like document all of the like calories and all of the things. And for me, like I said, it's not, I want to lose weight, of course, but more so I'm trying to just be more mindful. Like I had a talk with my friend Naj, who is a fitness trainer, and she really just helped us to understand that it's not so much about like the physical, but about like our overall well-being and even being in like better shape for the kingdom of God. So I'm excited about those transitions. I did meet with my trainer from Trainwell, which was formerly known as Copilot Fitness, and that was the app that I was using to work with a personal trainer to work out consistently. And when I was using it, I was very consistent. So I met with her, we reset all of my goals and got me on my plan. So I'll be working out Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so 3 times a week, in addition to my 30-minute morning prayer walk, which has been working really well. So that, in combination with like my eating and just making sure I'm doing like the basics consistently, getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, making sure I'm taking my supplements, fruits and veggies every day, and watching my portion size, I believe that I'll see both the internal and external results that I want to see. Yeah, so that was the lows. And then, the other low was I spent too much time in the house this year. Like, I can really look back and see that based on like how much money I was spending on gas, I was probably spending like $35 a month on gas, and that would literally last me for the entire month. Like once I filled up my car, it would last me all month. And that's because I wasn't going anywhere. I would literally only leave the house to go to church and to go to the grocery store. And for me, like I'm a homebody, and it's not good because it's like, girl, you need to get out the house. So like I'm really going to try to be more intentional about having a routine that requires me to leave the house. So like everything I do is like virtual. Like I work from home, like I create content, I coach my clients virtually. Like there's all these things that are virtual. But yeah, like going into next year, there was a time earlier this year where I was intentional about like going to a cafe and working, but it got cold, y'all. It got cold, and I wasn't trying to leave the house in the cold, but I'm like, girl, like you need the vitamin D, you need like that social interaction. So I'm trying to find a way that will like guarantee that I will leave the house. And like right now I'm in like transition in my church. So like I left the previous church that I was at like under God's direction, and I knew that was like a transitional church for me. So I'm like waiting on my next direction. So there's a lot of like waiting for like new instructions and things like that. But yeah, I got to figure out how to leave the house more and a reason to really leave. Because my thing was like, if I was going to go to a cafe to work, like the time that it would have taken me to get ready and leave the house, in my mind, I felt like I could have just spent that time editing, and that's what I would do. It would take me like an hour and a half to 2 hours to leave the house to get ready to go to a cafe. But if I would just spent that time editing, I would be done, and that's what I would do. So nonetheless, we got to find some ways to get out the house. Coffee shops I know are one thing. I'm going to try to find like, I want to go to some more like conferences or like coaching events. Like I really want to invest in myself next year in the area of business. So I'm trying to see like which areas I want to invest in, and that'll give me a reason to get out the house. But other than that, y'all, I don't know. How do y'all get yourselves to leave the house? For me, it doesn't affect my productivity. I actually feel like I'm more productive when I'm in the house, but I just know for like social purposes and like even sometimes mental, like I should be leaving the house. It's not healthy. Anyway, strategy going into next year. I'm going to be doing a combination of digital planning and traditional planning. I was kind of doing this before, but I noticed that when my routine is really like set in stone, which it has been for like the past year, there's not really a reason for me to check like my digital planning templates because I have the same routine. But I noticed that when I was writing out my to-do list, like on a daily basis, it would just help me to be more mindful and check in. So I'm going to be using my Notion template for more high level planning and like quarterly and kind of monthly check-ins. And I'll also be using it for like sponsorship tracking and things like that, versus like my daily check-in. I'm going to be doing that with a planner, but that's only because literally my routine is set in stone. Like you can see on here, like this is just like a daily list of what I'm doing, but I noticed like mentally just leaving it open on my desk like helps me. So I did get a new planner, and I'll be showing you like, you know, the walkthrough of that. And I'm about to redesign my Notion just to better fit my needs. So that's going to be the strategy that I'm going into. I will release a video on like my weekly routine so you can see how I break up my week to get the most done each week. What else? Another thing that I'm going to be doing next year is I'm going to be reading the Bible in chronological order. I told you guys that sometimes I struggle with figuring out what I should read. Sometimes I'll read like different Bible plans, or I'll read like a book that has scriptures and then I'll go back and read them. But I just want something that I know consistently I have something to read every single day. And I've always wanted to read the entire Bible. So I think reading in chronological order will be good. I'm using the Blue Letter Bible app plan to do that. So I'm just going to print it out and then keep it inside my Bible, and we'll follow it like that. What else? I told you guys about the apps I'm using, my MyFitnessPal to track my eating. I'm still using Fitter Woman to track my period symptoms and like figure out like what is like good to eat during different phases of my period, and also like, you know, how I should be training. I did set up monthly video check-ins with my trainer, because even though I knew that I could like hold myself accountable, I noticed that when I stopped checking in with her like on video, like we would check in through chat every day, but like when I would not check in with her on video, I felt like I would kind of fall off. So like I set up monthly reoccurring meetings for us to talk face to face and talk about the progress of my goals, so that I know that like if I know I have somebody holding me accountable, like that's gonna be looking me dead in my eye and be like, girl, did you do your workout? Like that's gonna help me a lot more. So I'm doing that. But yeah, those are mostly the main changes. I'm going to be doing a lot of like studying, continuing to grow and sharpen my skills, taking workshops, investing in different coaching for myself. And I think I'm going to see big changes from there. But all in all, we're doing whatever God wants to do. That's on my plan for next year, is whatever God wants to do. I stopped getting like married to my plans or like what I want to do. And the fruit is in whatever God tells me to do. That's when I have the grace and the capacity to do these things. That's when it has the most impact. That's when I am the most aligned. And that's all that really matters, is what God is telling me to do. And I know that there is safety and protection in His will. I don't always understand what He wants me to do. I don't always understand, you know, how it's going to work out. But I know like from my track record with Him that His way is always better. So I'm just keeping that in mind going into next year. I would love to know, what is one of your New Year's goals, and what are you doing to go ahead and get it done? Because we can have goals all day, but we don't set systems and intentions and plans, they will never get done. And we are going to be doers and not just hearers of the word. Okay, we're not just going to talk about what we're going to do, but we are going to do it. So yeah, that is our yearly recap. If you haven't already like taken the time to just review your year, go ahead and do your prophetic vision board. I highly recommend it. And yeah, that's going to wrap up this monthly reset. I can't wait to see you in the new year. I love you guys. Bye.